Changes to Fantastic Four First Steps were made during its production and its final cuts. Now we hear from the director in regards to some of these cuts, like Galactus changes, Mole Man changes, and what else they had in store for us. So let's get to some of the things that they've revealed. Almost screwed up a second time. So this comes at us from director Matt Shakman, who recently talked to outlets, and there was still more that was provided in regards to context to this from Paul Walter Hauser, aka Mole Man. So what they both confirmed was that there was more scenes of Mole Man. And Paul would go on and talk about how there was a scene of him and Sue actually talking about the diplomacy, what they were going for, their beliefs, and how they're mutuals and respect one another. But ultimately, that scene did not make it in for whatever reason. On top of this, it's confirmed that there was extended action sequences in relation to Mole Man, his monsters attacking, and of course, we know that John Malkovich's character, along with his super smart apes, was also significantly cut down. This was all confirmed by, again, Mole Man himself, Paul Walter Hauser, but also Matt Shakman. Then, in regards to what was going on for the third act of the film and Galactus, we also learn a little bit more. So, essentially, there was a discussion in regards to the scale and how big he was going to be and how they were trying to size him up. And in regards to familiar buildings that we know, but then again, they had to approach this world differently because of, it's the fact that it's not our world and there was different structures and buildings and things like that. So they scaled him differently in the final cut of the film compared to what he was very early on. They also confirmed that at one point, Galactus was much smaller to the point where he could, kick around buses and things. That's how small he was, not just crush him with his feet. But then they realized, it's way too small and that's not going to work, so size him up. Then he got too big, and they found a sweet spot in the size we got, which I think is fair. Any smaller, if he's kicking around buses, he's a Sentinel. Then that's not really threatening. If he's too big, it's easy for him to do what he needs to. I think they honestly scaled him just perfectly in the film. And then they also revealed how, at one point, Franklin was actually in the film the whole time. Like, they had the baby in the first act. But they decided to change this very early on during the production of the film because the story changed and what they were going for changed as well. Which, again, I think is fair. They wanted to show us her pregnant and change how she gives birth and where, which ultimately I think adds a lot more stakes to the film, and it adds a little mini action sequence that breaks up what is essentially a lack of action film. Because if you really think about it, Fantastic Four does not feature a lot of action, and it's the strength of the film itself that makes you not realize that until you really think about it. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will, and if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.